Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Pipe Bomb Sessions. We got a lot to unravel for this past WrestleMania weekend, as well as that pretty lit Raw after Mania, in my opinion, at least. I thought they really hit the nail with the hammer with the Raw, man. I thought that was pretty good. But let's do a small recap for WrestleMania 41 nights 1 and 2. Of course, let's start out with WWE's Big Bang of Mania weekend, which was the Jay and Gunther match. I think everybody was almost predicting that they were going to start with this because of the hype, of course. A match itself was all right. I think it went as expected. Man, definitely didn't see Jay winning with a tap out though. Gunther tapping out to his own move within seconds. Didn't even seem like Jay got it fully in before Gunther tapped out. I don't know. I wasn't fan of tap out, but the result I was a fan of. It's Yeet season, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are ready for this. I think Jay's gonna take us on a ride a little bit. A lot of people are expecting him to have a mid to okay run. You know, maybe he surprises us because I feel like every time we think someone's gonna have a great run, turns out to be the complete opposite. So maybe this turns out to be one of those where we're like, oh shoot, didn't see this one coming. So let's find out. Moving along, we got new Raw Tag Team Champs in the New Day. I think that was really straightforward and simple. They just needed to win to kind of get that spark into the tag division, and we're going into a new year. It makes sense to me why they won. Following up with the Jade and Naomi matchup, which was a very dominant showing, I would say, by Jade. And she ended up winning. I'm not sure where this is going to lead. Well, I guess we'll find out on SmackDown. I thought personally this rivalry was going to go for 3 straight, matches, but it could be one and done. Maybe they just want to show Jade into a different direction. Possibly. We will see our new US champ though on Friday night in Jacob Fatu. This is a decision that I'm very happy with because, as I've been saying, LA Knight needed to drop that title to a new star, let him hold it, dominate with it, while LA Knight also becomes the next and even bigger mega star than that man already is. I want him to go after that world title. Maybe this is how he gets freed up. Money in the Bank is coming up soon. Could see him getting involved in that. It would be pretty interesting, I think. Next matchup was something that was kind of put together. One Ray replaced another Ray. El Grande Americano was scheduled to face Rey Mysterio. Mysterio got hurt on SmackDown, so then Ray Phoenix had to sub in. Ray Phoenix came in and put up a pretty good matchup, and honestly, it wasn't too bad. I thought, it was alright. Nothing too crazy. Personally, in my opinion, I think that I'm glad that at least, hey, I know Penta, the brother, made the card for the next night, but at least Ray Phoenix made the card. I think that's a positive. Screw it. Even if he lost, El Grande Americano lives on for now. This is probably going to be setting up a mask versus mask match. You could see that happening for sure. But let's see how it goes. I think with Rey Mysterio, I would have had Mysterio winning, but it's fine. I'm kind of cool with it. Night 1 was filled with these types of matches, I would say. Just kind of hype, but not super hyped matches, for sure. Crowd didn't even seem like they were really into the night that much. The next matchup was Charlotte and Tiffy. Not a bad matchup in my opinion. A lot of close calls in the end. Definitely a lot of close calls. Tiffy ended up getting her chip tooth. She got it fixed, but damn, that was crazy. She got her chip freaking tooth in the middle of the damn match because Charlotte, I guess, got pissed or something and hit her. But definitely the right call with Tiffy Time retaining here. I thought that was great because almost was convinced Charlotte taking it here, but I like it. I like it. We got the matchup, and it was good to go. I will not complain about that at all. So, not a bad thing whatsoever, in my opinion. And now we are on to the main event, which, man, oh man, I think the main event saved night one of Mania because, oof, it was stretching a little bit sitting through that, but then that Punk, Rollins, and Roman matchup, that was awesome. A lot of great calls. I like that Roman put both of them through the damn table. And of course, the shocker of the night, Paul Heyman betraying not only his best friend in CM Punk, but his OTC tribal chief, Roman Reigns. I thought that was an insane moment, and he aligned himself with Seth freaking Rollins. I thought personally Seth Rollins was the dark horse of this whole feud and the guy to win the match as it was. But man, it's good to see Rollins looking like he's going to be taking that top spot for a little bit. Seems like it's his turn after Roman had a very, very long top slot in the WWE. I think Rollins is going to show us a new version of himself, which will be interesting. I liked it. I also think this definitely sets up Punk Rollins 3. I mean, they're 1-1, and now that Rollins has Heyman, definitely going to set up that third matchup, which most likely includes Rollins taking it, and Punk probably being left there laid out. So, let's see how that goes. That was a wraparound of night one. I thought that was a pretty good shocker. Night two started with a banger, though, in my opinion. Arguably the best match of the weekend. Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca. And man, oh man, I'm glad my girl Io got to retain her damn title. All that disrespect for all those weeks, and I knew she was gonna capitalize. Shoot, that was a really good match. I'm happy for Io retaining. She got her moment. That was awesome. The crowd was behind her. Everybody was cooking that match. Let me tell you that. Then they followed it up with the Sin City Street Fight with my boy Priest, or I guess you can call him other names as well nowadays, like the Team Undertaker, versus my man Drew McIntyre. Now, Priest, he's been doing well for the past year, but Drew needed to take this one, and he did, rightfully so. Claymore Priest right through that chair, and it was 1, 2, 3. I think it was a good matchup. It was pretty physical, not too bad. Still, the crowd was into it, and I see night two was just started off much more hotter than night one, in my opinion. We followed up with a matchup I was really looking forward to, the Fatal 4 IC title match, which Dirty Dom ended up taking. See, I thought Dirty Dom and Finn Balor kind of imploded, but because of what we saw on Raw, seems like they're kind of cordial right now. So I still think the implosion's coming and Balor is going to leave them. I'm just confused of why wait any longer. At this point, let's hope they're gonna get it over with that Backlash, because let's get everybody doing their own new thing now. Let's not have this revolving Judgment Day circle, please. And I will say this, man, Dom, when he won that IC title, man, that man was in his feels. And I think that guy could have had the biggest pop of the night when he won that, especially when he ran back into the damn ring afterwards. Clearly, he was not supposed to do that. Guy runs in and the crowd is going bonkers for this man. Never expected to see that scene. Let me tell you that right freaking now. Next up was, a lot of people called it a squash match. I think it was just a throwaway match. You know, you get Orton, who's your vet, your star, obviously, on the card. And then you get the TNA World Champ, Joe Hendry, on the card, which I don't think was bad. I did like how he did his pose that he took a damn RKO immediately. Hey, I mean, a squash, in my opinion, is They do the 1, 2, 3, and then Orton RKO's him and calls it a night. That's squash. I think Hendry got a little bit of offense in there, so whatever. It's fine. Not too bad. Uh, Following up, Styles, Logan Paul. I really, really didn't expect Logan Paul to win this matchup. Karrion Kross even came out to kind of assist Styles. Styles didn't like that. Hit him. That literally like 2-second hesitation, distraction, cost Styles a match, and Logan Paul took advantage. 1, 2, 3. We saw Logan Paul say on Raw that he's looking for more challengers and, he'll take on whoever it is, whenever it is. So, does that mean Logan Paul is going to be sticking around for a little bit? Post-Mania, it seems like. He's sticking around and maybe be involved in a new feud. Let's see what happens. I did see that Karrion Kross again confronted Styles. He really wants him to change. And I think he's going to get him to. I don't know if this is leading to... I don't think this is leading, actually, to a one-on-one matchup between them. This is leading to them teaming up together. This may be that. I have a weird feeling that possibly Kross and Styles become a team. I can see them going after the tag titles, and I know the New Day are champs for the time being. But let's just see how this goes. Maybe they fight each other, then become partners. Styles realizes that Kross was right. So, I don't know. Let's see how it goes. Now, something I didn't know was that Bayley was not going to be competing in the next match with Lyra against Liv and Raquel. Now, the decision, what they did was a little interesting to me. But hey, we got Becky Lynch back. Boom. Huge pop. Becky returns to fill in for Bayley as the mystery partner for Lyra. And, of course, Becky's returning. I'll be honest. I mean, as soon as I heard Becky's music hit, she was winning the damn titles. So, hey, not too bad. Not too bad. I guess you get a big pop. The crowd was into it. It's Mania. I get it. So, you give Becky the title. Lyra's now holding 2 belts. Boom, boom. Look at that. That's interesting. And this all now leads to our main event of the night, of the weekend. Everything I've been talking about, everybody's been talking about. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, for John Cena to become the 17-time champ. And he did exactly what he said he was going to do. He beat Cody Rhodes and became the 17-time champ. And he did it the way a heel does it. He low-blowed him, took advantage of Cody's hesitation and good intentions, and rocked him with a damn belt to the head. 1, 2, 3, and he won. I really, really did not like the fact that, Travis Scott came out. I was waiting for the damn final boss. He's the one who kind of got all this started. You're telling me this man doesn't even show up to the story that he got himself involved in and started? In my opinion, that doesn't even make sense. Like, what? I even heard that they were selling merch for The Rock Returns to Vegas. So, I guess something came up and he just couldn't make it. It sucks. I think it would have been crazy hype and everybody was waiting for the final boss to arrive. We got Travis Scott instead, which I don't think a lot of people were happy with. I think we all were happy with him taking a goddamn crossroads. Listen, I like Travis Scott as a rapper. He should not be competing in a WWE fucking ring. Alright? Let's not do that. There's no reason for that. I don't even know why the hell this man is out there to begin with, in my opinion. Again, I don't know. Anyways, it was dope. Cena got his moment, posed with the title. I like that he's wearing the title backwards. I think that was dope. And as he said, I'm going to ruin wrestling on Monday. And here comes Monday. Monday Night Raw. We're in Vegas. Cena comes out. Of course, he just, that's a given, right? He just literally beat the record. Guy's celebrating. He comes out to celebrate. He's showing us, telling all of us, like, hey, you got 27 dates to see this title and myself. After that, poof, I'm gone. I have to make a new title. I don't know what you guys are going to do about it, but I hope you figure it out. And he's telling them how, like, their savior was Cody Rhodes. Our savior was Cody, and he didn't get the job done, even though, you know, technically, was he our savior? Or nah. Cena again gets the crowd because he was right. You know, people were booing Cody and then cheering for Cena winning. It's exactly his whole heel persona and his points he's been making on a weekly basis. Everything he said makes sense because we keep falling for it. It is what it is. He said he's the best. There's no one who can beat him. There's no one even ruthless who has enough ruthless aggression to beat him. When he said that, I was like, hold up. Where's Orton? Let's have Orton's music hit. Instead, we get Cena posing with the damn title, talking some shit, and bang, turns around to an RKO, which we also hear Cena realize and say shit as he's about to take the damn RKO, which is hilarious, by the way. And this is obviously setting up the matchup between Randy Orton and John Cena in Orton's hometown of St. Louis at Backlash. I think this was a great way to start off the Raw after Mania. We're used to having it being hyped up. Last couple years, it's been really, really watered down, not that good. But so far, tonight, it was definitely a banger. I think this is gonna be exciting, and I mean, who doesn't like the John Cena and Randy Orton matchup? I mean, just the rivalry itself over the years in the past has said it all. So I like that. Next up was the rematch. Actually, the rematch for Liv and Raquel against Becky and Lyra, and I was hoping, and it did happen, that Liv and Raquel won their titles back. Good matchup, I would say. Personally, I thought it was a much better matchup than last night. Like, it didn't even make sense. Why the hell are they going all out on a Monday after Mania when they literally just had the same exact match the previous night? But hey, whatever. Lyra ends up losing the titles. Becky freaks out on her, starts beating the hell out of her. Calling her all this stuff, goes off on her, and just attacks her and leaves her laying. So I guess this means we got a Becky Lynch heel turn. So we had her win the titles just to lose the next night, and then the heel turn happened. Okay, I guess that was one way to keep people invested and keep it, I guess, kind of rocking and rolling. I'm not opposed to it. Again, her husband literally turned heel and joined Paul Heyman. So I'm not surprised that Becky's also a heel now. Not surprised at all. And again, in my opinion, Raw After Mania so far still rolling. Then I saw the New Day come out. New Day have just been slowed down. That's why whenever they come out, I'm hesitating on what am I really going to see out of these guys, you know? Just don't know what's up. Maxine comes out with Otis and Akira Tozawa, and she somehow gets the New Day to agree to a tag title match at that moment. Which I was like, oh, okay, the Alpha Academy. Bang. Lights go out. Music hits. Who's back? Rusev. Now that was a good return. I was hoping for my boy Rusev to make his return. Didn't expect him to show up to destroy Otis and Akira Tozawa. But holy shit. God damn, Rusev looked good. I can't wait to see what more of the Destroyer we got. Let's see. I'm excited for it. Him destroying Alpha Academy, does that mean he's going to be in the tag division? That means he needs a partner. And if we're going to go to certain levels, does that mean he gets his old, teammate back that's been missing for a while? You never know. But let's see. Transitioning next, we have the women's champ come out, Io Sky. Io Sky comes out, And I apologize for butchering her last name, but Stephanie Vakir, I think her name is, last name. I like her. I think she's good. And she's also the NXT champ. Comes out to confront Io. They hype each other up, basically, and they set up a match between each other. Great matchup, by the way. Oh, man. They were putting on a show for the crowd until Roxanne interrupts and Julia also comes out. They both team up and just start attacking both competitors. Now, does this mean Roxy and Julia are both called up officially? Because that's fire. I think that's dope and that was needed for sure. And we don't see them, we don't see anything bad happen. We just haven't see them beat the hell out of Io and Stephanie. Brings out Rhea eventually, of course. Why am I not shocked? Rhea comes out to a save. Her and Julia have a small face-to-face. She attacks Roxanne, but she has a small face-to-face with Julia as Julia exits the ring. And she hands the belt to Io. And it seems like that chapter might be closed, at least for the time being. Good. Let Io kind of move on and do other feuds, while maybe Rhea does other things of herself as well. I think we need to expand a little bit. I really do hope Julia and Roxanne got called up. I think this is two great moves to make, and it's going to really, really give another new spark again to the women's division. And maybe this is all just being also kind of jam-packed because of that rumored Evolution pay-per-view that's coming back. They're just trying to establish enough stars to kind of have the pay-per-view jam-packed. I like that. That's smart. Start early. Next up, the next champion, the new champion, Mr. Yeet Mania, Jey Uso. Jey Uso comes out. He's hyping up the crowd. The crowd's going crazy. This brings Sami Zayn out. Now, Sami Zayn, he was chilling, congratulating. I thought he was coming out to ask for a title opportunity. Just seemed like he was there for his friend. And I say that very loosely because, I don't know, something just seemed off. At one point when they were celebrating, Sami came off the turnbuckle earlier than Jey, was just staring at him. Everybody started freaking out because, including myself, because we were like, oh shoot, is he about to attack him right here? Is this it? Is this the next surprise of the night with a heel turn? But nope. It just ended with, eventually Jimmy came out and the three of them celebrated and hyped up the crowd. So it was a small celebration. I think the seeds are now planted, though. I will say that. I see we're switching roles with a lot of people, so seeds may have been planted for a Sami Zayn heel turn happening to Jey. Oof, man. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but just looking forward to it for sure. Came back from commercial break after that, and we see Gunther standing in front of the announcer's table, just like yapping at Michael Cole, just coming up at his face, starts pushing him around. Pat McAfee gets involved. Pat gets up, starts pushing Gunther around, and then, what do you call it? Gunther grabs Michael Cole, starts attempting to choke him out a little bit. Pat McAfee freaking hits him, pushes him a little bit. Gunther's now pissed and straight up chokes out Pat. I will say I did not see that coming. I did not expect Pat McAfee to get choked out. I expect that's to write him off TV, possibly, or to write off Gunther off TV, possibly. I'm not sure which one, but Gunther seemed pissed. I like that we kind of had him involved like that. He's heated. He's kind of just trying to prove himself, like, hey, like, I know, before the noise gets to him about tapping out. I think that is going to get to his head, but before that does get to him, I think this is why they had him come out. Definitely attacking the announcers is wild. Are we getting a Michael Cole versus Gunther setup, or Pat McAfee versus Gunther? Can you imagine that? Oh my god. And then Michael Cole says to Adam Pearce in the back, yo, I'm not going to get bullied by anyone. I would like to see anyone try type of deal. And comes back out to a huge pop. I never expected Michael Cole to come out with a huge pop like that. Man, he seemed like he was ticked off. I like it. I think this is going to leave another new persona of Gunther, desperation. This is going to be interesting. He now has no gold. His whole persona for a while was he has always almost held gold. So maybe he doesn't for a little bit, and let's see how this affects him. Maybe he just loses his shit. I hope he honestly does, low-key. And a guy who's losing his shit currently, as we speak, is Finn Balor. As my boy says, the Balor Club is in trouble. Shoot! Balor Club looks like it's about to be solo again, because Balor's boy seemed from looking at Balor's face, had no idea. JD returned last night, helped Dirty Dom retain his title against Penta in a pretty good matchup, I would say. But the bigger story is that JD returned. Looks like he was like all excited and happy to be back, hugging the Judgment Day members. And just Balor seems like he's off. He just seems like he's like slowly becoming that lone wolf, like kind of being pushed to the side. He did a backstage segment about how, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas type of deal. I personally thought that was just something that meant that Penta was going to win the title against Dom because Balor was going to cost him, but JD saved that matchup for Dom. So, obviously, maybe Balor's pissed about that JD didn't tell me he was returning, and instead he helped Dom keep the title rather than having him lose it. That could be a thing, because JD was the one who was brought in from Balor in the first place. So I don't know how this is going to turn out. This is going to be very, very interesting in my opinion. Balor needs to go back to his old music in my opinion. Face persona, let's get it going, man. Let's get Balor relevant again. It's needed and it's been long awaited. Come on. Now the main event. I was waiting for this, man. Now this main event, all night we've had some crazy stuff happen, right? And I was like, okay, all I expected was a CM Punk Seth Rollins brawl. Rollins comes out with Heyman. I mean, what do we expect? We expect Punk to come out. And pretty sure, Rollins got maybe a little bit out. And bang, Punk's music hits. Punk comes out. He attacks Rollins. And, he attacks Rollins, and then he tries to take out Paul Heyman, his once best friend. Rollins saves Heyman and delivers a stomp to freaking Punk. Heyman now starts talking some smack, says there's only one true top star, there's only one top guy, and that man is Seth Rollins. And bang, in my opinion, a surprise, was the OTC's music hitting. I thought Roman was gonna take a break, but no, the tribal chief was here tonight, and he also wanted some revenge on his former wise man. So, OTC comes out, spears the hell out of Seth Rollins, takes Rollins out for a quick second. Heyman standing there, boom! Heyman then takes a Superman punch, and man, crowd's hyped. We're getting hyped up. Let's do this. Freaking Roman's about to spear Paul Heyman, and bang! Right there. Braun Breaker comes out of nowhere from the crowd, it seems, to take out and spear Roman in half. Right there. I was like, holy... Like, what just happened? You're telling me Braun is a Paul Heyman guy already, right now. This is lit, in my opinion. Braun Breaker then takes out Punk. He then is standing face to face with Rollins, and they hug it out. Rollins is laughing. Paul Heyman's happy. And we we officially now know, obviously, that they're together. Rollins and Rollins, Heyman, and Braun Breaker. That's hell of a team, let me tell you. Braun Breaker then goes outside the ring, laps it real quick, and spears Roman Reigns right through the damn barricade and outside for a super spear through that. That was insanity, I thought, taking out the tribal chief. He then throws him into the ring. Rollins gives freaking Punk a stomp. He then gives Roman another stomp and leaves both of them laying as him, Heyman, and Braun Breaker are left standing and hugging it out and chilling to end the night off. I will say Triple H did a good job because before Roman's music even hit, they had the little credits running, and I thought that was it. Then the OTC's music hits. Then we get another 10 minutes of freaking Braun Breaker coming out and just causing mayhem. I like this, man. This is it. Are we getting a modern day evolution from Triple H? Shawn Michaels likes to use a lot of his stories. Is Triple H using one of his most famous groups as the next story for his main man? His main man, Rollins. Who, if this is the next evolution, well, now you got Braun Breaker and you got Rollins. Technically, Heyman could be like the Ric Flair-esque in a sense of being like a mentor advisor. The only issue I can see happening is that Ric Flair did win the tag titles at one point with Batista. So Heyman either is going to recruit another guy, that there will be another fourth, and Heyman's just a spokesman in general. Or maybe they just don't get the tag titles. Maybe it's just going to be 3 of them instead of 4. I can see that happening. If they have to add another third guy, I mean, food for thought, guys. Who we thinking? Who we really thinking? I like Carmelo Hayes. I don't think that would be a bad one. What about Ricky Saints? Oof. I think that's a good one. Ethan Page, another top guy. The thing is, if they're going to kind of copy the Evolution-esque thing, we need someone to fill in the Randy Orton position. So, I think Carmelo Hayes is the guy. It makes sense to me. And I don't know. We do have, I assume, the WWE draft coming up. So maybe people get shuffled around and that's how they recruit another guy. Possibly we see them recruit another guy next week. Are we gonna have that much confidence in saying that it could happen as soon as SmackDown? I would be really excited about that. I just don't know if it'll happen personally. But I don't know. I'm super excited about this. I really, really, really hope SmackDown is as good as this Monday because that Raw was phenomenal, in my opinion. I think they did everything that they needed to do. I think they hit on all the spots that they had to. Had a couple good returns, had a couple good debuts, had some new alliances happen, new stories being developed. I love it. Personally, overall, I love it. And this is only going to get better. I'm sure you guys heard the rumor of Mariah May showing up. She's going to be showing up in the next 2 months. Or less, in my opinion. She'll be here by the summertime. 150%. Now, because of this direction they just went tonight, does this mean that we're going to be seeing Roman more? Is Cody in reality taking the break? And Roman's going to be sticking around? That's dope. We're just so used to, I feel like, having Roman kind of disappear sometimes, that it was really a breath of fresh air for me to see Roman show up on Monday night. And it looks like Punk and Roman are together. They're going to need another guy. Maybe we have a tag matchup happen, and that's where Rollins reveals the third guy for his side, and they beat down these guys. I mean, I don't know. I can see it happening. I think it'll be awesome. It'll be really, really dope. I am super excited to see how this is going to be going moving forward, and I hope you guys are excited as me. Let's hope we can get the ball rolling as hot as it's been after this Monday into this Friday's SmackDown. I really do hope that we get this type of hype and new stories and all this stuff going on. I guess this makes sense why we'll be seeing Cena on SmackDown, huh? We thought we maybe a Cody confrontation. Nah, he's coming back to say something to Randy Orton after taking that RKO. So let's definitely tune in and let's see what's up. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys tuning in this week. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and look forward to talking to you guys later.